Hello. My name is RJ. I'm an artist from Massachusetts, and welcome to a new series of videos that I'm doing just on YouTube, where I'm just going to talk about my art, stuff I'm interested in, stuff I've read, stuff I've watched, stuff I've listened to. So I'm going to start out in this video. This is my current art piece. I'm trying to figure out which way it goes. This is my current work in progress art piece right here. It is a decollage, so it has two layers. I have to rip stuff off today. I think it's probably one of the last decollages I'm going to be doing because I have already done a decollage series in the past and the spark's just not there anymore. So I think it's just time to move on. So I'm going to be working on this later today. It is on a hardcover book cover, because I got a bunch from book sales and stuff, which I don't think I'm going to be going to any more of those just because I'm so picky with books. I have too many books. As of right now, I would just like a small TBR shelf instead of having hundreds of books to read. A little overconsumption, but a little more curated is what I'm going for. So that, and also with the book sales and stuff, like I said, I'm so picky with the books that I want to own, and I have a tendency to buy books that I think I'm going to like because I'm like, ooh, the cover looks cool. I am a cover kind of guy. If the cover looks cool, I need it, but I buy some of the worst stuff I've ever read, and it's just not for me. And also with the book sales, resellers are so aggressive that they can have it. I'm putting up the white flag on that. So I'm going to be working on that art piece later, and then I'll talk about some movies that I watched recently. The first movie I watched recently, or one of the movies I watched recently, Prey from 2022, which is the epic Predator legacy continues with the action thriller set in the Comanche Nation when Naru, a fierce and highly skilled young warrior, sets out to protect her people. The prey she stalks turns out to be a highly evolved alien predator, leading to a vicious and terrifying showdown. I'm trying to stop a hiccup there while I was talking. I really liked this film. I got this film from the library. I'm an active library user. I do not have the streaming services or anything like that. I get the physical media, or I use Canopy or Hoopla to watch movies. I also get audiobooks from Hoopla, but Canopy is great. So if you do have a library card or you do have a library near you, get a library card. They're awesome, and see what your library can do to enrich your life. But Prey, I really liked it. I did have some issues with it. I did switch it over to the dubbed Comanche version. I wish they did that just to begin with. I understand why they didn't, because they speak English and then they also speak Comanche. I wish it was all Comanche, so I did switch it to the dub because I would prefer that, and I did prefer that. And then the other thing, which happens with a lot of horror movies, the CGI. I'm more of a practical guy. I understand why they did CGI and stuff like that, but I just really like practical effects. But other than that, this was great. I had a really great time watching this film. It has everything you want or everything I want in a Predator or horror film: action, violence, an alien, a dog companion, everything in a horror film. The other one I watched through Canopy. I'll get a photo of it. Let me find it. The other one I watched through Canopy, I watched Contempt by Jean-Luc Godard, one of my favorite French directors. I like Breathless is probably my favorite of his. This one is 1963. Like I said, I watched this through Canopy. With Canopy through the library system, once again, check out your library system. You get a certain amount of tickets. Right here, I got 45 left according to when I watched this one. And the movies cost like 2 tickets or 3 tickets, and they renew every month. And it's completely free through the library system if your library has a contract with them. So Contempt is from 1963, or Les Mépris. I don't know how to speak French, so I probably did not say that right. In this moody and mesmerizing drama from the legendary director Jean-Luc Godard, Breathless, a screenwriter named Paul Michel Piccolo is hired to rewrite the Odyssey for a demanding American producer, Jack Palance, while his relationship with his wife Camille, played by Bridget Bardot, begins to unravel. As the film shoot unfolds on the sun-drenched coast of Capri, tensions mount. I did not care for this film. I thought it was very slow. I was bored. It's basically just a relationship falling apart. The scenery looked nice. The cinematography looked nice. The acting was great. But it was just, the story just did nothing for me. The only thing beneficial in this story was you got to see some stuff. So if you're into that, you can check out Contempt on Canopy. Also, Canopy has a bunch of Criterion Collection stuff and other movies, and they always get new stuff, so they are fantastic. So those are the 2 movies I watched, and then moving on to the books that I finished recently, I will start out with the manga, which I have a photo of right here, and I read this manga through Hoopla. Hoopla it's another app through the library system. You should check it out. Check out your library, see if it has access to Hoopla. You get digital stuff. They have music, movies, TV shows, educational stuff, manga, comics, ebooks, audiobooks. They have everything on there. So check out Hoopla as well. So I read this manga, Record Journey, which is volume 1. I believe there's only 1 volume out. It's from 2022. It's by Rishiro Kizuka. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's a slice of life manga with about music and how music affects us all and stuff like that. I'm more of an action type. I like the fantasy manga, Beyond Journey's End and Attack on Titan and stuff like that. That seems to be more my speed. Some of the horror, Junji Ito, and Another and stuff like that. I'm more of a horror guy, but if you're into a slice of life, calming kind of thing, check it out. It's really not for me, but it is decent, and I love music, and I will talk about music in a second. So the other thing I read was a comic book called Superman, Last Son of Krypton. There's 2 stories in this one. There's the Last Son of Krypton one. I believe that's the title of it. Last Son of Krypton, and then Last Son, and then there's the Brainiac one. The first one, the first part of this book is good. I like the action scenes and stuff, but the Brainiac story, the second half of this was awesome. The art design of Brainiac's ship and just the moral dilemma, I mean, that's just so cool. I mean, look at Brainiac's ship. That's awesome. Hopefully it's in frame. The moral dilemma that Superman's going through, his goody two-shoesness, and then what he wants to do with what happens. I won't spoil anything, but it's just fantastic. Had a really good time with the second one and a good time with the first one, but the second one is much stronger, the second story, so I'll read the back of it. The Man of Steel believed his home planet of Krypton was obliterated, yet there seems to be one other survivor, a small boy who is sent rocketing to Earth. Close behind him is General Zod, who is on the warpath to seize the boy back as his own. Why is this young Kryptonian so precious? Can Clark Kent be both protector of and father to this child, particularly when Zod has plans to savagely take down Earth and constitute it as new Krypton? That's the first story. It's decent. Like I said, I like the action scenes. Some of them are pulled back so the characters are really small, so you get to see all the damage of the surrounding area that they're causing while they're fighting. The second story, the one that I think is fantastic, nemesis abound as Superman must also face down Krypton's foe, the one true Brainiac, aboard his ship. The Coluan alien hordes former worlds, shrunken down in size in an attempt to strip the universe clean of intelligent life. Only one treasure eludes him, and Brainiac will do anything to ensure that the last son of Krypton and Earth are his forever. Like I said, the Brainiac story is great. The first one is also good, but the Brainiac one really wowed me with the art design and everything else. And yeah, the moral dilemma that Superman faces and the ethics inside that he's battling was great. So those are the two books that I finished recently. My current read is right here, Employees by Olga Raven, I believe. I am not liking it. It's just not for me. It's done in these very short statements. Right here, little statement things. I don't like it. I like a more plot-focused kind of thing. And then I'm also listening to an audiobook through Libby, which is another library service for audiobooks, ebooks, and stuff like that, which is book 5 of Wheel of Time, Fires of Heaven, which I will be finishing up either today or tomorrow, hopefully. It's been going for a while. They're really long fantasy books. There's like 14 books plus a prequel in it, so I'm finishing book 5. I like Wheel of Time so far. It's not wowing me, but it's good. So that's where I'm at with the Wheel of Time, but I always want to read the next one after some time and keep it going. I'm not bored or annoyed with it or anything like that, but I do have some issues with just the story and stuff. But I will continue on and then talk about that down the road. Also, I've listened to some albums. So I'm just going to jump in to it. The albums that I finished, Vain Attempt by Slant. Slant is a hardcore South Korean band. This is their EP from 2019, very short. I believe there's only like 5 songs. I don't know how long it is, but Slant is a band that I found earlier this year and been having a great time. They have one album out called Album 1. I tried looking for it on CD, could not find it anywhere like that. But Album 1, I listen to it often. It's about 15 minutes long, 10 tracks, very aggressive, yelling, female-fronted band, yelling, screaming, fast-paced, high energy. I have a really great time with it. So if you're into hardcore punk music, check them out. I also listened to their Demo 2023, which is only 5 minutes long with 3 songs. Very good, and like I said, the Slant or the Vain Attempt is also an EP. Very good, high aggression, fast paced, very influenced by American hardcore of the 1980s, I would say. But I've been really enjoying their stuff as well. I also listened to Control by SZA, some R&B, neo soul kind of thing going on. Great album. I like SZA. Just a good time. Very catchy melodies and production and stuff like that. So I had a really good time. I have listened to some of her newer stuff. I don't think I've listened to the newer album in its entirety. I'm more of an album listener, so when I get around to it, I will do that. The last album that I finished is Nothing But Love by Just Friends. Right here, California band. A lot of good vibes, some feels, a lot of horns, just having a lot of fun. You can tell that they had a lot of fun making this album and that they're just a really fun band. I actually had a good interaction with whoever runs their Twitter years ago. On Spotify, I have a podcast called Art Rambles, and back in the day you could put music on your podcast, so I found out about that and I was like, oh, let me try like a radio DJ thing. So I'll play the whole album, I'll jump in with some like facts about the band and stuff like that. Spotify doesn't allow that anymore, which kind of sucks, but I did that. I posted a video about it and I posted it over on Twitter, and somebody who runs whoever runs their Twitter account was talking to me, and I guess they listened to the whole thing, which I was shocked by. But super nice. They told me about the other bands that the members are in, because the members are in multiple bands and they have multiple projects. So I've been checking out their stuff slowly and been having a really, really great time. I don't think I have any music picked out to listen to today, but yeah, that is what I've been up to. So I'm gonna right now start making some art and listening to some stuff, and I will see you on the next video. So thank you for watching.